Curious what your feeling is coming back to Central Iowa and what, how you guys hope to hit the ground running here in the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, we're excited to be back. Obviously familiar with Central Iowa being at Drake, and excited to get started. Obviously we have some voice to fill scholarship wise, but excited with the group that I've met so far, the guys that will be returning, and it's just about getting recruits, but also about keeping his current roster, gelling with these guys and kind of building that bond and relationship as well.
Kyle said you have firsthand experience seeing his recruiting up close as a player. What was that experience like, if you can remember?
It was awesome. I remember Kyle from back when I was in high school. So he did a great job, but they ended up not offering me at Marquette. So it's probably his fault. Probably wasn't good enough, obviously, but great job. I'm excited to be on the staff with these guys. Obviously KG and then D-Rob and then TJ with his recruiting, personality and experience. I'm just going to look to learn and try to add what I can.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.
Our next question will be from Mark Freund of WHO. Go ahead, Mark.
Hi, JR. Congratulations on the job. When you look at the staff as it kind of stands, a bunch of guys with, as you alluded to, experience in Iowa, knowledge of Iowa, what it all kind of looks like, the lay of the land in this state. How much do you think that will help you guys gel as a staff from that recruiting perspective?
Great question. I think obviously the chemistry and cohesion of this staff is kind of been known here. I've known Kyle since I was in high school, and have known D-Rob since I was back at Drake, and even before that, and known TJ since I was 15 years old. So, I think that creates a lot of cohesion right away. And, we've met numerous times already, our recruiting, and, obviously taking a major emphasis on Iowa and then the surrounding 5-hour radius of what we have here in Central Iowa to, Milwaukee, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, and, building those blocks back of where we really need to hit hard. So, I think we all got a good idea of what we want to do and kind of how we want to hit the ground running here. So we'll get started, obviously now via Zoom and everything like that, and then hopefully we can get back on the trail here in the summertime.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question will be from Michael Swain of 24/7 Sports. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask you about maybe your own recruiting footprint. You're from Wisconsin, went to school in Chicago, but where do you feel like are some of your comfort areas on the recruiting trail?
Yeah, definitely. The Milwaukee area, that Wisconsin, the whole state of Wisconsin, I feel really good there. And I've had some experience in the Illinois and Chicago area, especially getting down there. But, with the brand and the name Iowa State and our tradition that we have, we'll look to get down in Kansas City. But like I said, we'll try to stay in this radius. And me especially, I'll be trying to do a good job in Wisconsin and Illinois, and head down to Kansas City after that.
And then on the player development side, is there a specific position that you're comfortable working with, or, what do you feel like on the player development side you bring to the table?
Yeah, I've been more comfortable working with guards, being a guard myself. At Colorado State and Drake helped develop some guards, and it helps when guys make shots. It makes you look better, but you really don't have much to do with that in the games. But really emphasis on guard development and trying to just make guys grow as they come here as good players and leave as great players.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question will be from Matt Bellinson of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, JR. I'm just curious, when TJ and you were out in the Mountain West, what was your assessment of what he was trying to build at UNLV? I know obviously he was only there for a few years, but what was just your outside assessment of what he was trying to build there culture-wise and just, I guess, roster construction that you guys were able to compete against?
Yeah, they were one of the most talented teams that had arguably the best scorer in the league. But, the one thing that always stood out from his teams was how hard they played, especially how hard they played at the end of the year. I think he did a great job of changing what they call culture. You hear that word, it's kind of cliche now, but you could just see how his guys were bought into playing hard, playing downhill, playing aggressive. And, I think that's what you'll see here at Iowa State as well.
how do you build? And obviously, we talked with D-Rob a little bit ago. He's obviously the coach with the most experience with the current roster right now. How important is it going to be for you new guys to build that culture with them in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think it's all about investment, and I think it's a two-way street. We will be invested in these guys and ask the same from them, but it's going to start from day one as we get going here, and just showing them that we love them and we want them to be here, and then they'll feel that and reciprocate that energy. But it'll start with us as a coaching staff, just implementing what we want to happen, and then them buying in and investing into the culture and the success here.
Thanks.
Our next question will be from Ben Visser of the Cedar Rapids Gazette. Ben, unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach, how have you obviously just hired a few days ago? How have those initial meetings gone with the current players, and what's been your impression of them?
They've been great. A lot of them have been on the court here, working out, getting some work in the weight room, and they have great energy. I happen to have some previous relationships with some of the guys, just recruiting them, and it's been awesome. I love the energy. I love the enthusiasm that they're playing with. They're excited to be here, which is always one of the first factors. You get a group of guys that really wants to be here and loves Iowa State and has that passion, so it's been nothing short of a pleasure for us so far.
All right, and that's all we have for you, Coach. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for joining us today, everybody.